Hello, welcome to Model 6 Part A. In this section, we will be talking about recruitment, interview question, and some other related aspect of interview and recruitment. So let's start with the recruiting sales personnel or sales officer. Now, sales personnel or sales officer. So first of all, these people are representing our business to our client or to our customer. All right, so they're representing us. And two, they also representing our brand, representing our value, ethics, and skill sets. So these people will represent how the overall service quality of our business, if in terms of, let's say, hairdresser, or let's say in terms of the doctor, quality of the service, or quality of the knowledge based on the doctor, or let's say if it's like a builder, based on the quality and the finishing performance or finishing products that our builder delivered. So these people will, in short, represent our company value, ethics, and skills. All right, and the good thing about sales personnel or officers is that they can be, they can be part of this thing called competitive advantage, meaning the unique selling point of our business. How? Because they, as human beings, we tend to build relationship, we tend to build trust. And let's say if we have a relationship as a seller, if we have a relationship with the customer, it is most likely that this customer would prefer our service comparing to another service that they don't know them or they don't know the seller. For example, let's say if you talk about hairdresser, we tend to go back to the same hairdresser because apart from we know how the hairdresser cut our hair, but we also build the trust, the relationship with with the client as well. So because when we do the haircut, we be asking like, what do you do for living? What type of hair do you like? What type of dog do you like? Guys and girls, talking about all these type of things. So basically build trust. So this can be the competitive advantage to our brand if our seller is good in talking and build trust. Next one, we talk about cost of recruiting a wrong person, meaning cost of recruiting like a bad option or failure in recruiting people. It could be in form of once we recruit someone and they resign within a month or within a year, so it costs us money to recruit and train people, or we recruit someone who is useless and could not perform their task. Eventually we have to fire them. So these two examples considered as recruiting wrong type of people. So first one, the cost is waste of money, waste of time, waste of capital, or waste of some other resources that is involved in recruiting. And it also results in the loss of sale if you recruit someone who is kind of useless or lower performance, which link to reduced customer satisfaction, poor performance, reduced team performance, reduce overall profit, and make people not happy, and the customer not happy, and the customer might not come back. So these are some of the costs of recruiting a wrong person. Now let's have a look at how do we, in order to recruit the right person, we should receive some good information about this right person first. But the first question that we might want to talk about is how do we get information or hear about a new recruit or hear about a new talent? That's what it's called. So first one, how do we get to know that there is a talent looking for a job, or there is a talent in the market at the moment that we can propose them to ask them to work with us? So first stop is we ask our current staff because they might have their friends, their family, or they know someone that's looking for a job and they are good. And second one is competitor. So obviously, let's say there will be some of the competitor in the market, right? And some of their sales officer might be doing an exceptional job. So what we could do is we can try to propose them and offer a better, value package to make them come and work for us instead. And second one is called could be from educational institution. Let's say Griffith, we do that thing called what? Gold Coast Internship 2018, or let's say we have internship program or let's say internship program for like year 3 or year 4 student, where businesses will come and look for talent internship student to go and work for them. So they just come and look at which student perform well, which student perform not well, and then most likely they will go with the one that perform well to propose this student to work as an internship in their business. Okay. Next one we put on advertisement, which would be could be on Seek, could be mycareer.com, could be on all type of advertising media channels. So basically put on advertising. And lastly, we're looking at professional recruiter. So we paid money for professional recruiter agent to recruit some people for us, to recruit some candidate for us. And once again, this professional recruiter might go on the advertising, might post an advertising on behalf of us to recruit groups of people. In here, you will notice that only 2 types out of 5 that we mentioned just now that they put advertising online. The rest is through words of mouth, or is through someone that through referee, or through someone that know the candidate directly. So you can say that half of the recruit tend to be recruited without advertising, and that's happened a lot too. So some people call it politics, some people call it part of the game, but the fact is this is part of the game. So half of the recruit tend to happen without advertising, so the overall public will not see it. Okay, so that is the point. Here are some of the factors that predict the performance of the talent or the future candidate before we recruit them. So first up, we're looking at their current employment, meaning where are they working at? Is it a good brand, or is it a very, very big brand, or is it a very shit brand? So if they're working for a very big company, it is likely that they are good in a way. But if they're working for like a lower level, like a very small business, they could be good, but they might be bad. Okay, could be that. Next one is sales experience. We're looking at their previous performance. We look at that Q1, Q2 of 2017 or 16. Have they done a good job? If it's not good, most likely they are not good. We could look at their knowledge of job requirement, the selection criteria, where we put all the selection criteria and see whether these people, meet the requirement or not. And then we're looking at the recruitment source. The recruitment source it could be that where did these people see the job. Could be on the Seek, could be through their friends, could be through referee report, could be through referee that we mentioned just now, or it could be through recruitment agent. So sometimes some recruitment agent might be dodgy, they just a sake of recruit, but not recruit someone who is the right person to the right job, which eventually is not stay for a long time. So we're looking at the source of recruitment. We look at their education as well. We look at their referral report. We also looking at residents who move, where have they been staying, in which location, because sometimes we might want someone who to be to be well known in a specific area or specific location. For example, let's say if we're talking about builder, we want the builder tend to know all the local requirement in a specific location, what the council want in terms of the building law and regulation and that type of thing. So it depends on the criteria that we have as well. Okay. Now, let's have a look at the step in recruiting or step in conducting a job analysis. So basically, before we post on an advertising, we need to think first what are some of the criteria that we need before we ask for people. So before we recruit or assign a new role, we should conduct a job analysis. So first, which is the first one, analyze the environment in which the salesperson will be working in. So what industry this person going to be in, which location, which area, what type of product that they have to sell, what type of customer that the person have to interact with, what language, what culture, income, age group, religion, hairstyle perhaps, what type of knowledge and skill that need to be for this particular position. Different type of sale need different type of skill set. So basically you need to understand first what are some of the requirements for this salesperson to have in order to work with the particular target market or a particular product. Okay. And second, what are some of the duty and responsibility that expected by this salesperson? So, what are some of the job or what are some of the role that we are expecting this particular salesperson to do? For example, interact with the customer, interact with the, another sales agent, deliver the product, presentation the product, negotiation, or product development, or market research, or what type of role do we need this person to do? And lastly, we need to observe and record sales tasks that being performed. So if we looking at this one is looking at the existing sales assistant or sales officer to find out what are some of the expectation, what are some of the good example, what are some of the good skill that we need to do, we need to have in order to serve the sales people. Or to serve our client. This way we can post on our advertising that, oh look, if you're going to recruit someone, this person need to have a good negotiation skill, this person need to have a good so skill, that type of thing. Lastly, after which the company can come up with a job description. So once we learn all of this, then we can come up with a job description which look like this. So here is an example of a job description. So we can see this a lot on Seek, myjob.com, that type of thing. And normally it will be in the three following document. The first one is called offer letter. The offer letter tend to more is like expression of interest from the candidate, like just say, oh, I'm interested in applying this particular job, for what reason, what are they doing at the moment. And then recruitment page like Seek, or job description document like selection criteria. All right, and here is a diagram or a step by step on what happened when we once we do the start with the job analysis. If you look on the left hand side, you can see the first one we call job analysis or hiring criteria. So that was the few steps that we chat about just now in terms of do the job analysis, come up with the selection criteria and that type of thing. So after which we put out we search for the candidate. All right, we search for the candidate. We also put the advertising online, let people apply for their job. So on the right hand side, the first one is complete application. So wait for people to complete the application, finish the deadline. Then we can conduct the long listing, which is conduct screening interview, which is the long listing. We might chat with some potential client or some potential in this case it's not client but the potential candidate. Okay, after that we see which one is maybe personality, which one is fit. We could do like, let's say 10 long listed. Let's say if we want to recruit let's say if we want to recruit 5 new personnel, we might do interview with, let's say 15 to 10-15 interview in total, because we want to interview 3 people for 1 position. Okay, so the long listing would be at least 5 people for 1 position. So let's say if we want to recruit 5 people in total, we might be doing 55 long listing interview. And then after we long listing, we do like a referee report. We check the referee feedback. Then we complete the psychological test, do like EQ, IQ, that type of thing. Then we do a series, the shortlisted. So we might be doing, as we mentioned, we call 3 people, 3 candidates for 1 position. All right. And next one is we make the offer. So once we make the offer, we make the offer, and then negotiation, counter offer. Lastly, we might do the physical test. And once we do the physical test, it means we technically recruit that person. All right. Once we recruit the person, we will after a month or 2, like a 3 month or the first quarter, we might be doing some review, and then we say, have we done a good job in here or not? If we haven't done a good, whether this recruit was considered as a success or not success. Not success is mean the person could not perform that task or reside, early in the recruitment process. All right, so that is the one. Moving on, type of interview. So if we look at the type of interview, you can see that there are two main type of interview here. So first one, we call it structure interview. The structure interview type is we're talking about those interview that